All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the ASEA Business Overview webinar. My name is Paul Taira, and I will be your host for the evening. I am a triple diamond executive with ASEA. I'm also one of the diamond founders, member of the Global Advisory Council, and also a member of the $1 Million Earning Club. And I've been with ASEA since October of 2009, and it has been quite a journey, an exciting journey to participate in something that's being introduced to the world for the very first time. There were less than 1,000, probably just a little over 500 associates in ASEA when I first got started. Today there are over 150,000 and globally, and we're just getting started. We are now in 25 countries, and we'll be expanding our markets at a more rapid rate starting in 15. So the timing right now couldn't be better. We just released a brand new product, Renu 28, on May 2nd. Within our first 30 days, we had moved over 100,000 units. So again, the timing really couldn't be better, and that's really the focus of the discussion tonight, is how to create, how to leverage this technology and opportunity to create a leveraged residual income stream for you and your family. You see, my history before ASEA, before network marketing, was I was in corporate America, and I was in the information technology space. And a lot of people would have said, why would you ever leave that? That's what a lot of people, I get that question a lot, right? Because today it's fairly prestigious. You know, when I first got started, it was only a bunch of nerds, and a bunch of, they referred to us as geeks and nerds. And all of a sudden, it was pretty cool to become a nerd. And you know, having $150 or $200 an hour billing rate was pretty nice and comfortable. But the reality was when the .com bubble bursted there. And there were tons of people that had flooded to our industry. People were just willing to work for a lot less, and because there was a lot less work available. And I didn't want to see myself having to continue to reduce my rate, knowing you know, the quality of lifestyle I had, and realizing that, hey, I'd probably have to work till the day I died. I felt like my work owned me. My days were getting longer. I was again compromising and willing to work for less and less just to keep work going. So again, it was somebody had introduced this concept of leveraged residual income. Back in 2001, I entered into this industry full time. I'd heard about it for years prior, but it was in 2001 where I really was hungry enough to really dig my paws into learning the ins and outs and what worked, what doesn't work in this industry, and have been able to afford a phenomenal lifestyle. And ASEA by far is the best opportunity, not because I've been the most successful, but because of the fact that it has all the elements, which again probably does contribute to why I've been most successful. But it has the highest amount of integrity, ethics, based on just solid principles, well-funded, and a truly unique product that is protected by multiple global patents. So again, it has all of the elements of a perfect storm of the most powerful business opportunity on the planet. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. What is ASEA? Well, ASEA is a path to a better life, a healthier lifestyle. Again, in my previous career, this really, what I did had no impact on health, on my physical health, except for a negative impact with all the stress that I had, okay, and the reduction of sleep I was able to have, and which limited the amount of exercise I could do, et cetera, and also a rewarding lifestyle. Okay, with the ASEA business model, you not only are able to benefit yourself, but really, in order for you to create success, is you need to help other people become successful, and that is the ultimate benchmark of success. Is when you've seen and been able to contribute to someone else's health improving as well as their financial situation improving. These high-demand products are the first and only redox signaling products in the world. Imagine if you were one of the first to bring the antioxidant to the world. Okay, I know that antioxidants now are pretty much a household name, but imagine if you were one of the very first people. Where would you be right now? I know people who did capitalize on that opportunity, multi-millionaires over and over again, and have created extreme residual income streams, again, because they were there and they were one of the first to bring it to the world. This technology will help keep your body younger, longer, and make you faster and stronger. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that, or clarify a little bit more about that here in a minute. and it's protected by multiple patents, so it's even far-reaching than the discovery of the antioxidant or being able to be one of the first to market the antioxidant, because antioxidants are not patented, right? There's so many different products out there that contain antioxidants, and again, no one has a patent on, because you can't patent orange juice or blueberry juice, etc. But the manufacturing process of ASEA is very highly patented, over 20 registered patents, not patent pending, registered patents to protect this for the future. So for more details, specific details and actual before and after pictures and product experiences, I'm going to give you a few websites here. The first one is renewoverview.com. You can go there for a 1-minute overview on Renu 28. Next is reactivebalance.com. That'll give you a 1-minute overview on the underlying technology of redox signaling, and it really applies to both ASEA and Renu 28. Okay? And then renewovideo.com. This is an 8-minute results overview where you'll see a lot more before and afters and how ASEA and Renu 28, the underlying technology, ties into both of them. Okay, but let me sort of summarize here with my analogy using cell phones, because pretty much everybody now has a cell phone, right? And I think most people know when you go to an area where there's a lot of cell phone towers, you get that coveted 5 bars of signal strength, right? Okay, and you are one happy camper, right? One happy communicator. Things are crystal clear. You can hear the party you're talking to, and they can hear you very clearly. Now, what happens if you go to an area where there aren't that many cell phone towers? Well, your signal strength diminishes, right? And what happens then? You start to say things like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" Right? And eventually it gets to, "Can you hear me now?" And it seems like the louder you scream, I don't know, maybe the better chance of them hearing you. Well, we know that that's not accurate, right? Now, this is all funny, but what if you were a police officer? What if you were a fireman? Then it wouldn't be funny, right? Because someone's life could be at jeopardy. Not good. And that's kind of what happens as we age, okay? Our bodies, produce cell phone towers constantly. When we're a baby, we're producing them at 100% efficiency. That's why cells regenerate, repair, replace themselves at maximum efficiency. If you get injured as a baby, you heal very fast, because again, all these different departments are able to communicate crystal clear, and they repair things at an expedited rate. Now, what if you could put back these cell phone towers, okay? Because as you age, you drop and you don't produce a lot of these cell phone towers. So what if you could put back the cell phone towers? What would happen is your signal strength would start to increase again, and you'd once again be a happy, crystal clear communicator. And that's really where ASEA comes into play, because ASEA is a bottle full of these cell phone towers, if you will. And it's going to light up your cells so that things are communicating as efficiently as possible, and your cells are protecting, repairing, and replacing those damaged cells with youthful, healthy cells. So ASEA is for everyone, okay? It's going to help heal your body from the inside out with our nutritional liquid supplement called ASEA, and from the outside in with our topical gel called Renu 28. And what kind of results should you be looking for? Well, prep yourself, because that's my acronym here. The first P in PrEP stands for prevent, so it's going to slow down the aging process to keep you younger longer. So unless you want to age faster than you have to, you need to be drinking ASEA. It's also going to repair your body. It's going to help your body to help heal itself. Okay, so if you do have a health challenge or you have an injury, whether it's on the inside or on the outside, okay, these redox signaling molecules in ASEA and Renu 28 are going to help your body to help heal itself. And then, of course, the last P in PrEP stands for perform. So it's going to dramatically increase athletic performance. It's going to help you go longer, faster, and it's going to help you recover as well. It's going to help your body recover from strenuous training sessions or even after competition so that you're back in the race again as quickly as possible. So again, unless you want to be at a competitive disadvantage from other athletes who are drinking ASEA, then you need to be drinking ASEA yourself. So over the last 4 years, here's our performance, right? There's been less than 2% product return rate. And that's pretty spectacular considering our product, first off, doesn't taste very good initially to most people. Most people will say it tastes like swimming pool water when they first taste it. And they will also say after a number of days that it starts to taste more and more like plain water. But also our product is not cheap, right? It's not a $9.95 product where someone would say, oh, it doesn't work and not even worth the effort of me getting my money back. No, it's not cheap. If it didn't work, people would ask for their money back because it has 100% 30-day money back guarantee. And yet we still get less than 2% of it returned. Why? Quite simply because the product works. Now there's an 85% reorder rate to further emphasize that fact. So 85% of the people out there will, after they purchase a case of ASEA, will purchase at least one more case throughout the year, and a good percentage of those automatically get a case of ASEA delivered to their doorstep each and every month. Company was debt-free within the first year of business and has moved over $150 million of product sales. That's about 80 million doses of ASEA have been out there. And we can now market to 25 countries worldwide, about 80% of Europe, besides the entire North America, and we just added New Zealand and Australia as well. Okay, so let's talk about creating financial independence through leverage. We shift here now into the business building section. So to do this, let's take a little road trip here, right? Let's talk about the on-ramp. We are all programmed, or most of us, at a very young age, to think what others think and to do what others do. Well, good news is that it's not your fault, right? And it can be fixed. So let me explain what I'm talking about. We're going to play a little game here. And again, I can't hear anyone here on the webinar, but you can see if you can come up with the answers to this before I say them, right? Go to school to get an education, right? So you can get a good job. Beware of those get-rich-quick schemes, right? Money can't buy happiness. And of course, rich people are going to hell, right? How many of us have heard these things? Where do we hear these from? People who heard them from somebody else, the same thing. And that's why we all got 100% answers on this. Okay? And again, the good news is this can be changed. You can unprogram yourself because let's face it, guys, rich people don't go to hell. There are poor people in hell too. Right? Because bad people go to hell. Money can't buy happiness. Well, I don't know where you're shopping, but let's talk about let's not talk about or look at it from just materialistic things, right? Money pays for the building of schools, hospitals, funds charitable organizations. So again, your definition of happiness doesn't have to be a Lamborghini, because I agree that if you went out and bought a super nice car or had some super nice clothes, that doesn't necessarily make you happy. It may make you temporarily happy, okay? But it can, it can definitely contribute to things that will create happiness in your life, okay? And make a difference. So let's talk about what we're all sort of brought up to do, right? To get good grades, go to a great college so we can get a good job, and then be able to retire, right? All right, let's take a look at the first thing here. Get good grades. Well, look at some of these license plates here. Teacher driving the Nissan, the scholar driving the Hyundai, and there's the dropout driving the Lamborghini. Okay, not very uncommon because they're thinking the way others aren't thinking, and they have, again, and we'll see the statistics here in a second, but again, they've done something out of the box typically. Go to a good college. $1.1 trillion in debt that we have here in student loans in our country alone. The average debt per college graduate is $33,000. $33,000. So again, you go to 4 years of college and you start out your career with debt, and there's a good probability that you'll get a job not even doing what you went to college for. So let's talk about that. Get a good job. 70% of Americans are negative about their jobs because, again, a lot of them probably ended up doing something they didn't even go to college for because they just couldn't find a job in that space, or it wasn't paying enough. So many people end up graduating college and end up in customer service or in a retail position, and they just kind of get stuck and if you will, or just decide to just stay there. Okay, and then therefore they're not happy. You get a job so you can afford to have a life, but then you spend all your time at work and end up with no time to live the life you're working for. Any questions? Okay. This was the path I was headed down about 15 years ago when I made the decision not to. Okay. Then finally, retire. So let's talk about this exit ramp here. At age 65, only one person out of 100 becomes wealthy in our country. 4 people become financially independent, meaning that even though they're not working at all their bills are paid for, their living expenses, and they can be comfortable. 5% are dead, no longer with us. But look at this, 36% of people are still working at age 65, and the other 54% are dependent on friends, family, or the government just to pay their monthly living expenses. Not playing and enjoying life and golden years expenses, but just their basic living needs and necessities. Isn't it ironic that we're all taught to get this 9-to-5 job and work for 30 or 40 years, but at age 65, 95% of the people who work this model are either dead or dead broke? These numbers don't change, guys. Even when I heard this, when I first got into the industry, they're pretty solid. If anything, I've heard of, it's getting worse. Okay, it's getting less than 5%, but who are actually, wealthy or financially independent at age 65. So how's that working for you and the people that you know around you? Let's talk about your road to wealth, trading time for money. It's a one-lane road ahead, no passing zone. So we call it a zero-sum game. In other words, for you to get a promotion, it means someone else either got fired, they got promoted, or they left the company, right? What are your options? You can get a better paying job, you can get a second job, or you can do what a lot of people do, and that is they compromise. Because it's easier for most people to adjust themselves to the hardships of earning a poor living than it is to adjust themselves to the hardships of earning a better one. It's that proverbial dog laying on the nail, right? Guy asks this dog that was moaning and crying, why is the dog moaning and crying? He said, because he's laying on a nail. He said, why doesn't he get up and move? He said, because it just doesn't hurt enough yet, right? How many people do you know that constantly complain about their job? Constantly tell you, man, I hate what I do, but, well, it puts food on the table. They're laying on a nail. If you're going to spend that much time complaining and being miserable, why not spend that energy and effort looking for something and doing something different that could potentially make your life a better one? Think about that. Failure and success. Okay, let's talk about better road. Okay, because the current model for active income, leveraged income, and passive residual income that you're used to is a 9-to-5 job for your active income, right? You're trading your time for money. Most people's idea of leveraged income is the interest that they make in their bank account or their 401k program. Okay, and also kind of overlaps into passive and residual income, and a lot of people think that the government's going to take care of them when they get to retirement age. Now, I know they don't know that. I mean, I know they know better, but they still don't have a different plan. They still say it, so unless you do something differently, it really doesn't mean anything, right? So how can we create a better model? Well, that's our model, the home-based business model. Okay, so we're going to talk about that and the powerful opportunity that ASEA presents. To illustrate this opportunity, I'm going to use our good friend who just happens to be the wealthiest man in the world. His name is Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates didn't invent the personal computer, but he invented the underlying technology of it. Okay, so let's talk about that. There's a lot of software applications, things that you can use a computer for, like your word processing, right? Email, web browsing, spreadsheets, viewing documents, communicating, etc. Okay, but this is not where Bill Gates made the majority of his fortune. He made it on something called the operating system. Today we know it as Microsoft Windows, right? Because in order for all these other software programs to work, they have to have Windows. So you can see how much more fundamental that is. So I equate this to there are a lot of great nutritional supplements in our industry, Okay, there's some great juices. There's some great vitamins and minerals and great nutritional supplements out there. But the reality is there's only one redox signaling supplement, and that's ASEA. This is the operating system, okay? And a lot of these products don't even work. If your body doesn't have these crucial molecules, those things won't even work or activate, okay? And from a business perspective, it's great because not only, you have the only product in the category, all these other nutritional supplements are really dependent upon your body having this. So again, this is a very accurate analogy to the operating system. Okay, the company of ASEA, that's a picture there, the corporate headquarters in Salt Lake City. A little bit about our founder. He is a retired Fortune 100 executive. He was the head of strategy for Kraft Foods, which was a $36 billion corporation. A small company to Vertis Norton does about $500 million a year. So he knows what it takes to run a huge multi-billion-dollar corporation. And we have a legacy executive team. If you look here, Charles Funky there, our CEO, was the CEO of Beneficial Investment Services. They're over 100-year-old financial services institution. Jerem Webb is a president of ASEA, was with a company that hit $1 billion in sales, the fastest in the history of our industry. Kurt Richards has helped companies start out from literally just a few $1 million startups to taking them to almost $100 million. Craig Dowley there, who's our vice president of sales and marketing, was with Nature Sunshine Products for 23 years, one company for 23 years. Why would he leave that solid, rock solid position with a company that big? Because he understands the potential of ASEA and the significance of what we're doing being far greater than anything in the industry. Justin Wilson, Karen Riley, Franz Gog, who's head of our European. He was the president of USANA France, and he's also the head of operations for Tahitian Noni Europe. Again, just a stellar executive team, and there's more that did not even fit on the slide, all with extremely equivalent impressive credentials. ASEA's manufacturing facility is a 33,000 square foot FDA approved facility, and less than 15% of the companies in our industry actually manufacture their own product. We are one of them, and we do it not only to keep costs down, but we do it because of quality control reasons, so we can make sure that every batch of ASEA is validated and it is as consistent as the prior batch. If there's even a small amount of deficiency, they throw the batch out. I know that they've actually, I've talked to the head of operations there, and he was saying that 1 week they threw out over 10,000 gallons and it's not that the product didn't have the molecules in it, it just didn't have the minimum level that they wanted. It still would have worked, but again, their quality and their standards are that high. We can produce up to $500 million of ASEA alone at this facility, and over $300 million of Renu 28. And it can be scaled to go bigger, but in its current configuration, that's where it's at. And if they do go beyond that, from what I understand, they're going to build another redundant facility in another part of the country. The compensation plan is definitely fair and more than generous. Over 60, almost $70 million of commissions have been paid out in just 4 years with this compensation plan. Almost 40,000 people have received a check from ASEA. There are 6 different check commission mechanisms providing you with active income, leveraged income, and residual income. The first mechanism of active income is our fast start bonus. Whenever you enroll someone, you get an immediate commission for your efforts for doing that. Then we have leveraged income, starting with our AAA bonus, where we can get you to $1,000 of residual income per month in a very short period of time. And then passive residual income comes in the form of our team commissions and our matching check commissions, and that provides you with unlimited income earning potential. So let's talk first about the AAA bonus, okay? Getting you to $1,000 a month, okay? Here's what can happen. In the very first part of this AAA bonus, we call it the L1 bonus. With as few as 4 people being on auto ship, you can be receiving $100 minimum per month, every single month. From the other parts of the commission plan, this is probably going to more than pay for your product. So if your goal is just to get the product for free, go out and look for at least 4 people, get them using the product and auto ship each month at a minimum, and you could potentially be earning at least $100 every single month. Now, if 2 of those people do the same thing, okay, that would add another $250 to your monthly income. Okay, so help 4 get started, help 2 of those 4 do the same, and if that duplicates one more time, that will add another $400 to your monthly earnings. That's a total of $750 a month, and that doesn't even include all the other commissions that you're going to get from the other 5 parts of the commission plan. So this should be at least $1,000 a month. And that's not one time, that's every month, month after month, as long as just these people are staying on the product at a minimum. So the road to an extra $1,000 a month, traditionally, if you were to say, well, Paul, I can just put money in the bank and get $1,000 a month. Okay, well, how much would you have to put in the bank? At 1% interest annually, which is probably pretty accurate for today's bank interest rates, right? How much would you have to put in the bank to get $1,000 a month? Be about $1.2 million. I don't know how many of you out there have an extra 1.2 mil laying around, but I know when I started this business, I didn't. Okay, so if you think that makes more sense than going out and trying to help 4 people, and 2 of those 4 find their 4, etc. Okay, then good luck. All right, how long would it take you to create that, or to find the model that we just shared with you? Would it take you 3 months, 6 months, a year? Okay. How hard do you want to work is really the question. Now, what if you just found 2 people? I'm going to give you another example. If you just found 2 people, because this is just one other of parts of our commission plan. Again, there are multiple ways you can end up generating income with us. But let's just say you found 2 people this month, okay? And next month, those 2 people found 2. That means next month, 4 people would come into your group. And the month after that, the 4 people that came in your second month each found 2, so that means 8 people would come in your third month. If you added the 8 plus the previous 6, that means you'd have a total of 14 people. And if they were just using one case of ASEA for themselves each month, you'd be getting $70 a month. Now, here's what's sad, is a lot of people at this stage, they look at me and say, well, Paul, I can't retire on $70 a month, and so I'm stopping this. Okay, I'm like, well, wait a minute. First of all, you just worked for three months, but $70 a month. Where do you have $70 a month coming in every single month from another source, right? How much money would you have to put in the bank to get $70 a month? About $85,000 at 1% interest. Okay, so now would it have been worth your time working the last 3 months to have the equivalent of putting $85,000 in the bank at 1% interest? Now we're starting to put things into a better perspective. Okay. Let me push down to month 9 here. In month 9, 512 people come into your business. You now have 1,022 total. Now I want to clarify. How many people did you find? You only found 2 in this example. Everyone in this example only found 2 people, and they took the entire 30 days just to find their 2 people. No one here has a single customer other than themselves, using one case each month. It's not like you went banging on doors or anything like that, door to door, trying to sell ASEA case by case. No, you found a couple people, you helped them improve their health, helped them find a couple of their people, etc. And if that's all that happened, after 9 months, you'd have over 1,000 people, and your overrides on them would be over $5,000 a month, the equivalent of putting $6 million in the bank at 1% interest. If I push down to month 12 here, month 12, over 8,000, you'd have over 8,000 people total, generating you $40,000 a month in passive monthly residual income. Now, I will tell you, I've never seen it happen this way. And why that is even though some people sign up 10, 20, 50, 100 people, okay, the sad fact is most people will sign up 0. Right? That's why we have an obesity problem in our country. Everyone knows they need to eat better and exercise, but people just don't do it. Okay? But let's just say that this was 90% unsuccessful. So 90% of the people, they didn't want to play, right? That would still be $4,000 a month in passive monthly residual income. the equivalent of putting about $5 million in the bank at today's approximate 1% interest rate. Now, would that have been worth your time? $4,000 a month? Doing what you're currently doing, is there any chance of you being able to quit work next year and have $4,000 deposited into your bank account each and every month? Only you know the answer to that. Now, so somewhere between $4,000 and $40,000 a month just from this one part of our commission plan alone. Okay, remember, there are 5 other commission mechanisms. So I hope you can see the power of being able to create leverage income. This is the power of being able to generate wealth. It's all about leverage. Okay, so the team commissions, again, they're going to max out at $10,000 a week or $40,000 a month. But the matching bonus, well, there's no limit on how much you can earn on the matching bonus commission structure, okay? Because the more people you enroll and the more leaders you help to develop, the bigger your check will become. In 2013, the average diamond earned $188,000 for the year. Double diamond earned $330,000 for the year. Guys, that's like surgeon pay, okay? But yet they didn't have to go to medical school and go through 8-10 years worth before they could even start really collecting checks, right, of practice and have hundreds of thousands in loans and all that to pay off their educational thing, right? People got started. I mean, we're going to have our 5th year anniversary coming up next year, okay? So imagine that. Now, triple diamond, the average triple diamond last year earned $823,000, okay? The average triple diamond that was qualifying on a regular basis. So, again, somewhere in that range, anything is possible. And again, we're still young. We'll see these numbers continue to grow. So why build it with network marketing? Well, network marketing is a global market. Like I mentioned, we are currently already open in 25 countries in our 4 short years of history here. It's a low risk. It's not going to cost you $200,000 or $300,000. It's not going to cost you $50,000 to start your business. Not even $10,000. Okay? For less than $1,000, you're going to be in business, and you're going to have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so it's really risk-free, unlimited earning potential. There's no ceiling. There's no one stamped on your head, oh, you only can be worth $15 an hour. You can only be worth $30 an hour. None of that, okay? Your limitations are just amongst how much you want to learn and how hard you want to work. And then the development of true asset creation. You see, your ASEA business is both willable and transferable. So you can will this to your loved ones for future generations. And, of course, providing you with the ability to generate leveraged and residual income on top of active income. So why build it with ASEA specifically? Well, the product results, again, as you'll see in those videos at the website addresses that I provided earlier, some dramatic before and after pictures, okay, seeing lines and wrinkles diminish, etc. with Renu 28. World-class training and events. We have live events. As a matter of fact, there's a live event going on right now in Star Valley, Wyoming, at the prestigious Bronze Buffalo Club. Our founder, Tyler Norton, is giving everyone some live, real-world and education and live training and a lot of fun in outdoors and some great elite cuisine there. I know I've attended that event last year. It's absolutely spectacular. Lots of events like that, base camps, ascent events, diamond retreats, sun and sand, just lots of great educational and fun opportunities to be had with ASEA. And, of course, the timing, okay? It's taken a while to get to where we're at right now. Again, we've got a proven track record, a proven history, but right now is a real sweet spot for us before we go into this vertical growth phase of our company. Right now that we have this killer application called Renu 28, we are right about at our Microsoft moment, if you will, before Microsoft went big. So again, the timing right now couldn't be better to get started with ASEA. And the product results, once again, we just like to repeat it, is just absolutely stellar and phenomenal. You can see before and after here with the lines and wrinkles. It's just unbelievable. We have something called the 28-day challenge where you're going to drink ASEA so that you feel better, right? You're going to wear the Renu 28 so that you look better, and then you're going to share it so that you live better. And by live meaning by adding an additional income stream for you and your family. And the 28-day challenge, basically simple. Your first 28 days, which is basically month 1, you go out and your goal is to find your first 4 people. Month 2, help those 4 find 4. So even if you have 2 of them that do it, there you go. You're looking at being L2 qualified. In month 3, they do their 28-day challenge, and you can see this can grow. And if everyone's doing the same thing, your business can grow at a rapidly accelerating rate, right? Because now it's not just onesies and twosies. You're bringing on whole pods of people. It's simple, affordable, and duplicable. This is really the magic of being able to create a successful business model. So step by step, you can get started and become an ASEA associate for a whopping $40. Okay, you're going to fill out an enrollment form or enroll through the online website of the person who referred you to this webinar, and ASEA will send you out a startup kit with the Getting Started guide, brochures, CD, DVD, etc. You're also going to get a teamasea.com marketing website, so you can send people there. They can purchase product. They can enroll as an associate in your organization. And through your teamasea.com virtual office, you'll be able to track their activity. You'll know how much product they purchased. You'll know if they signed up as an associate, etc. You'll even be able to check to see how much your earnings will be for next week. All these wonderful things you can do and as part of your $40 fee. And that's a one-time charge. They'll do it annually, just once a year, okay, for all those benefits. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add your initial product order. Either, let's say, 1 case of ASEA is 120, 4 tubes of Renu 28 is 130. You can get 2 cases for 240 or 8 tubes for 260. Then we have a 4 case and a 16 tube package and an 8 case and a 32 tube package. Now we recommend either the 4 or the 16 tube or the 8 or the 32 tube packages because they're truly the best value. And they're only available for a one-time purchase when you initially enroll. Okay, so for example, the 4 case package is like buying 3 cases of ASEA and getting 1 case for free. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that, especially if you can only buy 1 of these and if you could only do it when you initially enroll. So if you signed up today and just got the 1 case package and you came back in 2 weeks from now and say, wow, I can't believe the results I'm getting, my wife's getting, can we get that 4 case package? You know, we'd have to say, no, sorry, it's no longer available. It was only available when you initially enroll. So we need to really reinforce that because that scenario has happened, you know, on multiple occasions. Okay, so for less than $5 a day, okay, you've got a turnkey business with a company that's going to provide you with the manufacturing of your incredible patent-protected, revolutionary, one-of-a-kind technology. Also, they're going to ship and receive the product for you. They're going to bill you and collect from your customers. You don't have to get a merchant account or anything like that. They're going to provide your customers with stellar customer service, an entire legal department. We know how expensive that is. IT systems. And I know how expensive those things are, not just the hardware and software, but the talent that it takes to implement them. International reach into 25 countries, Fortune 500 executive team. They all go to work for you. And on top of that, that's also going to include 1 case of product each month. And here's another not little known secret, but a lot of people just don't, haven't taken advantage of it yet. But you can get the $5 returned back to you in the form of tax deductions. Okay? So in essence, your business is subsidized by the government, so it's equivalent to $0 per day is really what you can be doing this for. And by the way, we have software called Deductor that will help you set yourself up so that you are taking advantage of these deductions and making sure that it is, at worst case, $0 per day. So ASEA is a true opportunity for you. You can enroll and be in one of these groups. Group 1 is you may just want to get the product for free and benefit from the product for yourself. Okay, Group 2 are business builders, people who don't want to just benefit from ASEA for themselves, but want to help other people with ASEA and also earn income, be able to generate income. That's Group 2. And then Group 3 are our wealth builders. You don't just want to make some extra money and pay some bills, maybe replace a payment, or a part-time income, you want to hit this thing out of the park and generate unlimited wealth and change your life. So whatever group that you're in, be sure to get back with the person who invited you on this webinar and let them know, and so they can help you get started properly. And after you get started, then you're going to plug into the systems and trainings that's available to you, and then you're just going to go out and share this with other people. It's very simple. We just basically drink it, wear it, share it over and over and over again, and the more you do it, the greater the success you'll create. In closing, and maybe to help you make your decision here, I'm going to share with you the story of Steve Jobs and John Sculley. You may recognize Steve on the left, but may not even be aware of the gentleman on the right, John Sculley. He was the president of Pepsi at the time. And Steve had got an appointment with John because he was looking for a CEO for his company, because Steve was only 28 years old at this time, and he felt he wasn't being taken seriously. So he wanted a high-powered Fortune 500 executive. And John showed up, and John was thinking, why would I want to become the CEO of a 4-year-old company that was started in the basement of this kid's garage? Or not in the basement, but in the garage of this kid's home. Why would I leave my cushy executive job at Pepsi Cola to do that? And here's what Steve said to John. Steve said, John, do you want to sell sugared water for the rest of your life? Or do you want to come with me and change the world? And at that point, John gulped. And he said he didn't want to wonder what he would have missed. Think about that. So everyone on this webinar, in a few years from now, when redox signaling and ASEA and Renu 28, when they're household names, when you start hearing other people asking you, hey, have you ever heard of this product? Have you ever heard of redox signaling? Okay. Are you going to look back and say, man, I saw this webinar one night. They talked about this amazing technology, and I didn't participate. Are you going to be one of those folks, or are you going to be one of those who end up getting started with us and come along with us on our journey to help change the world one cell and one person at a time with this amazing technology, product, and company called ASEA? I truly hope you're one of the latter. Would love to welcome you aboard our team. And at this point, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention this evening, and encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to be on this webinar and ask them how you would like to get started today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your evening, rest of the week, and I'll see you later.